I'm live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I got some birthday wishes already. Thank you. I got Erwin, and happy birthday, and Mike. Thank you very much. I had a really nice day today, but I didn't really do too much, but I really had a really nice day. And I figured I'll go live because I forgot to go on Friday. I, uh, I can only be young once, but I could be immature forever. Okay, that's cool. I'll go with that. Hey, what's going on, Jack? Thank you. You've wished me a happy birthday multiple times. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, I had a really nice day today. It was extremely hot outside. It's been really hot and humid here. In the middle of the day, it's too hot to go out and do much. I canceled my luncheon plans to go out with Carolyn. She wasn't feeling it great, and it was too hot. Hello, Peter. Hi, Jason. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. And it was I went to the mall because it's air conditioned with my friend Nick, and there's a interesting thing here. So when it's your birthday and you go out to eat with friends or family, the birthday person pays for the meals here in the Philippines. That's like when in Rome, that's what the Romans do. So I bought Nick a lunch, and then I had a sundae, and he had a sundae, and hi Harley, and but it was nice. It was a nice day. Hello everybody coming on. We have a few people coming on, so it was a good day. And then I cheated and had an ice cream, a small ice cream sundae for my birthday, and a donut. I really splurged today, so it's back on the diet tomorrow. Alvin, hello. Hello. Good evening, Harley. And you're from Fort Worth, huh, Alvin? Oh, I've been to Fort Worth. I've been to a lot of cities. I used to truck drive, so I went to all over the USA. So it's very, very hot here. It's very, very humid, like over 90% humidity, and hot as heck. So I pretty much stayed indoors and relaxed. I bought myself a birthday gift. So I spent some money today, and I decided to go and get some better sound equipment for the studio because my problem is the studio sound has been giving me all kinds of problems. I have great video lighting. I can do a lot of things. It's pretty good for the sound, but not great. And sometimes I get echoes or problems. So I had to buy basically a Rode Podcaster 2, which is a professional piece of equipment, and it's basically a interface for sound, and it will go between my microphones, which I had to get different microphones, and it'll go between my microphones, and it goes into the Podcaster 2, and it handles a lot of the problems I'm having with sound. So, and I had to buy new microphones too. I'm sorry, I'm looking up to see what's called. It's called an interface, an audio interface. So I bought myself an audio interface today, and I'm waiting for it to come. It comes from Amazon in the USA. It won't get here till around the 18th, 20th. So, but that's my gift I bought for myself today. What's going on, Dave? Happy birthday. Thank you. Good morning to you. Good night for me. Rodney says happy birthday again. And I also have I love you, man. Hello from Utah. Hi, Utah. So I am looking forward to my new electronic equipment. Again, I had to buy expensive microphones. Now, real expensive microphones are $500 up. Those are really quality microphones for a podcaster, and I can't afford it. I really need like 3 of them. One on my side and 2 on the other side, because I sometimes have 2 or 3 people here. But I didn't spring for the $500 microphones. I have they use what they call XLR instead of USB, and XLR is a better sound system, transferring sound for the microphones by wire. It's a 3-wire system, so it has a ground cable. And then it goes to the interface that I bought. And so sound, hopefully, sometime towards the second, third week of June will be no more of a problem here. I'm hoping it'll cover it. Hi from Queens, New York. Enjoy your birthday. Thank you. And Bossman, yeah, I have the. You have the Rode. Oh, you have the Rodecaster Pro too. Great equipment, huh? I'm looking forward to it. It was a big splurge. Semi-professional. So I assume, Bossman, that you're a YouTuber or you are recording music, but it does special effects and other things. So it's mostly a professional podcaster. Has a lot of special effects and uses better amplifiers and things like that are very low noise. Uh, so I won't get a lot of static noise, popping, distortion, echoing. Hopefully, I'm going to take care of all these problems I'm having with sound because I go directly into my laptop, and I don't think my laptop can handle the USB cheap microphones I have. It's always been a sound problem. That's the only place I think I need improvement on. So I went ahead and bought myself a birthday gift, and hopefully, thank you, Israel. Hopefully that Rode Procaster 2 with the, I have Samson QU2. Bossman will know. Three Samson QU2 microphones, which are dynamic microphones, and they work on XLR cables. But I think the following month, I'll be able to afford either Rode professional microphones or the Shure 7Bs, and they're $500 a piece. They're not cheap. This stuff gets real expensive. I've spent a fortune on this studio, way more than I ever expected. So it's still in production. It's still happening, and I'm learning more about how OBS works because it's a very complicated editing. Actually, Filmora is an editing. I have Filmora. I have a couple different other editing things I use, but OBS is kind of like an interface between the video, the sound, and to YouTube. So a little complicated. But anyway, I had a great day, and I bought myself a gift, and everything's cool over here. I like it. I love it here. You guys got to come out and visit, those that haven't. Mate must be either UK or Australian. Hello, James. Thank you for the birthday wish. So anyway, I was going to talk about some of the things that come up. As another person had emailed me and said, hey, how come Paul and you don't talk about shipping problems and Lazada, Shopee, Temu, Amazon getting here, things that get here. And they're all a little different, okay? You can go on Temu, and it's mostly, in my opinion, mostly clothing, Temu. Or a lot, they tend towards the female products like perfumes and facial makeups and skincare, eye makeup, things like that. Shopee is very much, it's a Chinese company, so is Lazada. And those two are very good because they'll accept cash on delivery, or you could pay for it up front with a lot of different ways, either from your bank account, from a card, from a Gcash, things like that here. But I like having them cash on delivery because I don't always trust them to deliver. They're pretty good. They're not as good as Amazon, in my opinion. They're easier, but when you go to return things, it's a little more difficult if something doesn't work out, or if you tend to have problems because sometimes their description of the product or the size or the shape isn't exactly what they sell you. There's a lot of scams on it, so they're not as protected as Amazon is. They'll sell you, say, a very expensive phone, a Galaxy, S10 or even, I guess, let's see, now they're up to not an S10, but a Galaxy S. Is it S32? I think is the one, and they'll say it's 1,000 pesos, which is $17, which we all know is impossible. But people will buy that, and then they get something else in the mail. They don't get the Galaxy or Samsung. They get another brand that's just like it. So sometimes on Lazada you have problems when you order from them, and the same thing with Shopee. And sometimes it's very cheap, and it's the same product you would get from Amazon, but it's way cheaper because it's coming direct from China. Uh, However, when it comes to electronics, I don't fool around. I don't like electronics direct from Shopee or Lazada. I prefer electronics. I pay a little bit more, but I get the electronics from Amazon. So everything electronics, if it's cameras, laptops, microphones, the Rodecat podcaster that I just ordered, anything electronic, wiring, headphones. I mean, I had to order headphones too. I needed a quality headphones so I could hear what I'm putting out better. And anything electronics seems to be better from Amazon, and they're really good about returning. I mean, they give you like over 30 days to return after you receive it, and they give you a full refund. So I prefer Amazon. Hello, Barry. He said happy birthday. Thank you very much. Turn on donations so I can buy you a coffee. It's not on. I don't know. I don't know how to turn on donations. I think you can. I think you could donate, but I don't know how. It's on. It's got to be on your phone somewhere. Rodney, I don't know where it is. Anyway, Eric, hey, how's it going? I did have a good birthday. Thanks, Eric. So it was very relaxing. Relaxing day. I don't have a whole lot going on this week. It's a busy week for scooters. I have several people flying in all the first week of June, and they're coming in. Let's see, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. I have like multiple people coming in, and they all want the same scooter. There was a fight for the ADV. I only have one available right now. So I have one guy renting it for 5 days, and then it goes out for 3 months. And the guy that wants it, they're both coming in on June. Well, one's June 10th, one's June 11th. So the guy on June 10th will have it for 5 days. The guy on June 11th will have to wait 4 days, and I'll just give him a PCX in the meantime. And then I have 2 more PCXs and a couple of clicks ready. It's gonna be a busy week for motorbikes. So they'll all go out the door. I'll probably be out of bikes by the end of the week. A lot of people are coming in now in the month of June, but it's really hot, guys. It seems warmer than normal, and then it has rain. And I don't think we normally get rain in the month of June. It seems like the weather is changing all over the world because it's changing here as well. Anyway, so prepaid with you. June. Oh yeah, I believe it. I didn't recognize the name. Sorry. Yeah, June 11th. Yeah, you're coming in. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got you down. Yeah, you prepay. I said to everybody, better prepay because if you walk in, I won't have the bikes. If you prepay, I could hold them for you. So yeah, it goes out the 10th. The ADV goes out the 10th for 5 days, and then you'll have it for. I think you need it by the month. I think you mentioned 3 months to me. Ones and zeros. How's it going? Hey, there we go, Rodney. Thank you so much. $5. Oh yeah, you got to get the chicken. Say the chicken when you do the money. You get the chicken. Ones and zeros says happy birthday. Thank you. So yeah, 69 guys. That's a big number. I don't feel 69. I get up early. I get a lot done. But sometimes I have to take a nap. I mean, I prefer to take a nap in the middle of the day when the air conditioning's on in my room, and then stay up late at night. That way I can get. But I can't take the heat. But I don't feel 69. I feel pretty energetic. I go walking in the mall. I walk in the boulevard with another friend, and Lowell. And Lowell's trying to lose weight. I had him on here a few weeks ago. He's on a fast. He did a water fast for about a week to eight days, and then he said he couldn't take it anymore. So he's going to try the 1 meal a day. And he said he had no energy for walking, but now he's going back and walking again. So, I'll go walk with him. So we walk on the boulevard. Rizal Boulevard is very beautiful. We watch the sunrise. So we get out there at 5, and the sun rises around 6 a.m. And it's very cool at that hour. And then honestly, by 7 o'clock, when the sun pops up, it starts burning your skin. That's how hot it's been here. By 8 o'clock, it's too hot to even walk on a sidewalk. That's pretty hot. That reminds me of Vegas hot. Okay, Vegas was that way in the summertime, like July and August. And that's the way it is here. It's been really hot, and then you got the humidity as well. So pretty much from 7 o'clock, I go indoors, have a coffee with him. We might have a couple scrambled eggs, and then I just go back home and try to stay indoors. I can't take the heat. I really can't. It's just too damn hot. Um, it kind of reminds me here of Vegas. Las Vegas is desert, and they don't get a spring. It's either hot or it's cold. The only bad part about here is there's never a cold. It's just hot or hotter, wet or wetter. So, and we've had summer storms coming in, so that's pretty bad. You guys let me know how the sound is, because nobody said anything about the sound, so it must be okay. Of course, there's just one mic on, so usually there's not a problem when there's one mic. Other than that, I had a great day, had a good birthday. Just hard to believe I'm 69. Nobody in my family reached 69 ever. Both sides of the family. I'm 2 years older than my father when he passed away. And that makes you wonder and think, obviously losing weight would help. Today was not an eat right day. Today I celebrated. I had a donut and I had a small sundae at the mall. I took out my friend Nick, as I said earlier. So here the tradition is, if you go out for a meal and you have friends or you have a birthday party, the birthday person pays for the food, the cake, the meals, the dessert. So I kept it simple. I just took one friend out rather than a group, because it could get expensive if you take out a group. Let's see. Paul K says, happy birthday. Now you can celebrate the number. Yeah, it's 69, man. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to 70. That's a big number, too. Never thought I'd reach the day. Never thought I'd be in the Philippines. Never thought I'd be a podcaster in my whole life, or have a studio. That was the last thing on my mind, is being a YouTuber. Seriously, it just kind of created itself with Paul saying that he wanted to set up a podcast, and I felt bad that his house didn't happen. And he asked me if I wanted to do podcasts with him on a regular basis, and I had said yes, and I liked the idea. So I figured, okay, I'll build the room and we could do podcasts. In fact, he'll be here Wednesday morning. He's here, as you know, at 9 a.m. my time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern time, Wednesday. So I didn't realize it would be so involved. I didn't realize I'd have to have an account. It was originally planned that Paul would have the account. We would use his account, and we go live. But then when I realized we're going to have two cameras and a setup like this with a laptop, I'd have to use his laptop. Okay, it got complicated, and now I'm getting a sound system, so it's even more complicated. And he says there's too much to do here to set everything up with two cameras and everything, because he's not set up for that with StreamYard. StreamYard is, well, you have to be a professional to have two cameras on StreamYard. It's their higher rate, because it's a little more complicated, and everything's more complicated. The lighting's more complicated, everything else. So I said, okay, well, let me just see what I could do, and I opened an account with YouTube, and next thing I know, we're not just doing it once a week with Paul. I'm doing more than that because people wanted interviews. Now, I don't have a lot of interviews this coming week that I know of. Sometimes people come in town and they say, hey, can I interview? And I'll do a recording, and then I'll put it up. But it's a little quieter this week, so there won't be as many. I'll be alive with Paul on Wednesday, but there's not going to be a whole lot. I think maybe I might get one up by the end of the week. I tried to do one with Bud Brown, and the power went out. We had power problems, and so that was on Friday. The minute we started recording, the power went out, and then in the middle of recording, the power went out. And so I've got a battery backup here, and I set that up, and we were doing great. And then the power came on, and when I switched over, something happened. His microphone wasn't working, and I didn't catch it until the end of the recording of the podcast. And we had 20 minutes with sound and no light, and then we had 20 minutes with his microphone not working. And I said, okay, never mind. Can't use it. Hello, Dave. Don't eat too much cake. I had a donut. I'm not a big cake person. I don't really like cake. But I did have a donut, and I had a sundae, so I already blew it. I really hope you reinforce that chair, Goldie. Give it a workout. This is a heavy duty chair. You can ride. It's the plastic chairs you got to worry about. Richard says, "Happy birthday! Thank you. I appreciate it all. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, guys." And Saul, I love your name, Saul Goodman. Uh, so it's a popular name on TV. Sorry, I'm late. I was changing a motor on an air compressor. All right, cool. Happy birthday. Thank you. Uh, anyway, so we have new sound equipment coming in, which I was saying earlier. The Podcaster Pro 2 and new microphones coming in, and that'll be going on in the end of this month, maybe around the 21st, to help with sound problems I've been having with echoes or distortion. And that should help a lot. Because with one mic and one camera, there's never a problem. But the minute I get into two cameras, two mics, it might be my laptop or it might be OBS, and I just don't want to use StreamYard. StreamYard is a third party, like a company in the cloud that supposedly takes care of all the audio stuff and everything, but they are bloody expensive. They're upwards of $900 a year if you pay them up front for a year, or they're as much as $30 a week to use them. And OBS is free. It's called freeware. Hi, Mike. How's it going? I think you're coming back. No, why would I ban Paul from my house? Paul's a good friend. He'll be here Wednesday. Dave. See, Billy Goat. Billy Goat says, "Happy birthday." Thank you. My day is over because it's nighttime here. We're at 8:50 here, so in the evening. And hi, Jeff. So I'm just gonna go on for a little bit. I took a nap today, so I could stay up late. It's too hot to do anything in the middle of the day. I gotta clean the bikes and everything, but I'm gonna do it early in the morning before the sun beats down. The nicest part of the day actually is between 5 to 7. You gotta get up early, like 4:30. 5 to 7's good, and then in the evening it's okay. But other than that, you're coming back in November. Cool. I'll see you then, Mike. But in the middle of the day, you get a heat stroke out there. I'm not kidding. It is that bad. Why didn't you go with Paul to meet the ambassador? Well, it was by invite, and he was only allowed to bring one person, he told me. And it was a hush-hush thing. He was allowed to bring one person, and he invited Bud Brown, because Bud Brown and him have been around for many, many years. Bud Brown's been here for over 13 years and left for a couple. And then I think he stuck in Baby May too. But it was a limit to how many people were invited, because there were several people asked to go there, including Mike, who's also, Philippine. What's Mike's Philippine adventure? I think it is. Anyway, so there were several people that went there, and I guess it was a limit to how many people can go. Why are your comments gone? I don't know. I'm insulted. My comments are gone. Ken, I don't know why your comments are gone. I see them right here. Happy birthday. Listening to you on my morning walk. Okay, Vanderbilt. It's still chilly in Wisconsin. It's never really chilly here. It's cooler. It's not chilly. There is no chilly here. It doesn't get chilly here. Not in Duba. Okay, maybe up in the mountains, but not here. It's hot. Okay, we got a long one from Paul here. Okay. Oh yeah, Mike's Philippine retirement. Thanks, Billy. You should organize a meet and greet and do a fundraiser for the school projects, and maybe even auction off some of the kids' artwork. Get some of the local businesses as like to help. A lot of us would like to help. Well, organizing that stuff and making sure it's safe and getting it approved for the school system is a whole nother thing. You have to be really careful with the schools. They don't actually like you giving away or fundraising with children here. They're really strange about children here. They've had a lot of child abuse. I shouldn't say abuse, but child um, people in the past have used children in or raised money for the wrong reasons, or use children for the wrong reasons. I don't want to go into exactly, but I think you know what I mean. And so it's very difficult to get things done here with children. If you try to do, they don't like the word fundraising or donations here. It's handled by the church in the Philippines, so you can't ask for donation. You can't ask for fundraising publicly. Okay, and so it's kind of difficult. Um, Put your mic back down. It was doing just fine. Okay, uh, not in your face. Okay, uh, put it closer to you if you want to, but it sounded just fine before you moved it. I have a habit of moving the mic. Sorry. Hey, Goldfinger, that was Jack. Hey, Gen X. Hey, Goldfinger, are there four-wheeler, four-seater vehicles available in the Philippines? You know, the Polaris or mule types of vehicles of transportation. They don't have. They don't allow quads or larger quads even on the streets. I don't know why. They do in Mexico, but they don't in Thailand, and they don't here. You don't see them. I don't know why. I love them because they're a lot easier to drive and everything, but you can't get it. Now, they do have three-wheelers, large three-wheelers that are approved in Cebu. You don't see them down here because they're pretty expensive. And so what you see typically is a tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuks are 240,000 pesos, roughly. They're gas engines, and they look like a little mini vehicle. Some have doors, some don't. They're open, and they'll carry passengers. But I can't afford to buy those and rent them out. I'd have to rent them out for 25 to 30,000 a month in pesos. That's just too much. Nobody's going to want to pay that in rent. Okay, we got Alvin says exploitation. Well, exploit the kids. That's true. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, exploitation. You really have to be careful when it comes to kids. When you donate something, it has to be not so much with kids' participation in raising the funds, and you can't ask for anything locally or sell anything locally without business permits or approval from the school department. Very difficult here. And they don't have fundraisers here like they do in other countries, where you can I forgot the name. You guys will think of it, but raising funds internationally doesn't happen here. They don't allow it. Happy birthday, thank you, from Philip. So, dogs are barking. I hear them. I got somebody at the gate, but that's just too bad. Carolyn will have to take care of it. So, anyway, so when I do things for the kids, I either have to do it out of pocket, or I have to ask people one-on-one if they'd like to help or help finance it. And most times, it's tough. We did really good. I had a lot of help doing with the computer classroom last year, where we got tablets for all the kids, a big screen TV, and all that. And then Paul videoed it. But I actually got in trouble with that one, believe it or not. That actually gave me some trouble with the Braun guy, even though I did it for the kids and I did it in school, and I had the principal give me an award. The Braun guy was not happy about it, and I got some flack from it. So I'm kind of cooling it. Have you noticed I haven't been raising a lot of funds lately to help the whole children? I backed off because I don't know what the problem is, but there's always no good deed goes unpunished, is what they say, and I'm still paying for that one. That one cost me some money. I had people complain to me about the helmets too. So I gave away helmets. I got helmets from China. They were approved helmets for children, for motorbikes. And they said that I'm exploiting children because I'm teaching them to ride on them. telling him it's safe to ride on a motorbike. I said, well, I don't tell any children anything. I just know children ride on motorbikes. They don't have laws to stop it here. And then I had parents come back to me and say to me, those helmets weren't worth a damn and they're cheap. You know, they didn't cost them anything. Better than not having a helmet at all. But, you know, it's just the way it is here. Thank you, Philip. Happy birthday. I got Ken. No echoing so far. You know, you're not going to get echoing. The reason why is because I have one microphone on. The echoing is coming from reverb, which is the mic across from me, which is directly across, is picking up the sound and playing it back. Kind of like it's a two mic system. Right now I have the other mic turned off. If I turn that mic on, you're going to hear the echo. And the only way to fix that is with directional microphones, and I actually decided these mics use USB connectors. If you're familiar with USB versus XLR, XLR will help, and a more expensive mic will help with the reverb. And then I also got a order from Amazon this morning as a birthday gift, the Rode Podcaster, which is a audio interface. It'll sit off to the side of my laptop, and I can control and stop the echo with all kinds of things. They call it compressor, gain control, sound devices that will help stop any kind of reverb from one mic to the other. So, but I don't have it yet. So hopefully in about a month, I'll have the equipment to stop a dual mic. And that way I could actually have a third mic. So if I have three people, I could have two on the other side of me, and they could both have separate mics, and it won't be a problem. Also, do you carry an oxygen? Why would I carry an oxygen tank with me? I have no idea. Yeah, it won't echo right now. No problem. I don't know why you think I need oxygen, but no. Oh. Okay, Carolyn's telling me she needs money. What do you got? Water coming in? Been ringing the doorbell. The dogs have been barking. You can send Einstein in here if you want. I miss my buddy. So Dan says, happy birthday, thank you. And will you have Baby May on live? I asked Paul, and Paul said he has no problem with Baby May on. But Baby May is shy about her language. A lot of Filipinas are shy about speaking English because they're embarrassed that they don't talk correctly, or their pronunciation is not perfect. I can't even say pronunciation. Believe it or not, she's pretty good. She just doesn't realize she's good. She has a lot of them are very shy about that. They don't. I don't know. I said to him, bring her on, but I'd love to have her. But he said he'll ask her, and we'll see what happens. Eric, but exploiting seems I can't go into it because they're not allowed to talk about children and exploitation on YouTube, so can't really talk about any of that stuff. Billy, sounds like a mixing board, pun intended, mixing board. Well, it's not a mixing board because a mixing board takes music and separates it in tracks, and then it takes different instruments and it mixes. That's what a mixing board is more like. This is basically for podcasters. It's an audio interface which it allows you to bring in separate inputs and separates them out, and then it puts it out as clean sound using XLR cables instead of USB, and puts it out to the laptop, which will go to either an editor or to up to YouTube, like I am right now live. And it's a little different because you have to. It really cleans up the sound and keeps things separated. Anyway, not cheap. That equipment is bloody expensive. So the problem is I get it from Amazon because I don't like electronics from Lazada or Shopee. I don't trust them. So getting it from Amazon was $675 US, and then they charged me another $150 import fees, taxes to bring it in. Because anything over $200 on Amazon is got to charge an extra charge from customs. Not cheap. think there'll be fun with this. So, I'm assuming you mean a few of the. Okay, for the YouTube for the studio. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Uh, they giggle a lot. They're goofy. The girls here are goofy. They giggle a lot. I don't know, Mike. I don't know what to tell you. Um, but Dan loves it. So we'll see if we get some girls in here. I don't know. I'll ask around, but they're very shy, and then they just giggle and they're afraid to talk, and they just look cute and smile, and but they're very immature. The girls here are very immature in general. Okay, the 20-year-olds. I mean, I know the guys think it's great to have a 20-year-old girl, but I got to tell you, you have nothing in common with them. Seriously, okay. If you're gonna find a girl here, find someone that's been through life a little bit in the 30s or 40s. They're not so goofy. Uh, I'll ask my girlfriend, as she is Department of Education Administration, as I found out how to do it. Officially, is going through the school superintendent with letter, the division office. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, Paul. You could check. Doing the helmets, I'll probably do the helmets again. I'm waiting for them to pass laws that enforce the children to wear helmets. At this point, they still allow children, and I mean babies, to be held on motorbikes here. That's their transportation. They don't have rules against it. Maybe what they'll do is one of two things. They may outlaw under 18 to ride on the city streets on a motorcycle, which would be the smartest thing to do, or they'll enforce helmets and shoes. I'm not here to change their laws. Okay, I was only here to help kids, but the problem is I do get flack from it sometimes, and it does come back to bite me sometimes. So, you know, do the best you can, but no good deed goes unpunished. It's just the way it is here. So I'll help kids. Christmas time, nobody bothers you at Christmas time when you're buying toys and giving it to kids. Okay, that's one time. That's the only time they don't bother you. But if I sat out and gave candy to kids, I get in trouble with people because they say maybe somebody got sick. Okay, and maybe they didn't get sick from my candy, but they got sick, ate too much candy, or they ate something else that made them sick, and then you have health department problems with an official here, and they'll come and they'll sue you. They'll sue you because you made your kid sick. I don't know. It's just very difficult here to do anything. So can I have her help us with this if you want to help the school? Sure. Yeah, as long as it's approved by the education department, I don't have a problem helping kids. I just found that it's a little bit difficult sometimes getting things approved, and nobody's willing to sign a paper or approve it. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you're up to. Thank you. I don't know about looking hot, Rob, but I'm alive. I'm above ground. That's pretty good. 69 is tough, man. It's hard to believe I'm 69. I remember thinking 30 was over the hill when I was in my 20s. 40s, 50s went by so fast. I don't know what happened. One more year, I'm 70. That's old, man. 70's old. It's hard to think it's not. So I don't know. I'm 1 year away from 70. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, okay, guys. Let's get some likes in there. I got 76 people watching. Okay, cool. So I forgot to come in on Friday. There's another thing that happens with your age. I forget things. So sometimes I forget to add music to my intros and my outros. And I'm sitting in bed and I'm going, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I give it a title? Did I blah, 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 So I forgot to go on Friday. I normally go Mondays and Fridays. And then I had announced last week, Monday, that I may not be doing it after the Friday. And then I forgot to go on Friday. So I'm back on today because I just felt like it. I got a nap and I said, I got to go on. It's my birthday. I like the YouTube. I saw a guy in his 30s, says Paul, drunk last night on Jose Romero, hit the curb twice, and then went into flying, hitting his head at Oh, he was bleeding. Oh, that's it. And wrecked his almost new uh, beat as no helmet, and it was that's terrible. Um, there's not too many legal. There's not too many police out, and you could drink and drive here, and unless you actually get in an accident or hurts damage people's property or another person, the police don't get involved. It's weird. Um, there's a lot of things that are good here because there's no laws and regulations. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things that are bad. It happens. I don't believe in a whole lot of regulations. A lot of guys come out here because there's less rules. But you'll see guys that don't wear helmets, and they don't. Sometimes they stop them. Sometimes they don't. They don't usually have checkpoints very often. They'll be barefoot or have flip flops on, sandals, and they're riding bikes, and they're crazy. They drive in and out of traffic and go way faster. They're like driving like banshees. It's like a game to them. Maybe they're watching too much games on their pads with like racing and stuff, because that's what they do. They cut in and out and they go too fast. Yeah, 69, Rob, 69. I made it to that. We'll see. We'll see you at 70. Every year's a new goal. Do you carry? So why you keep asking? Why is people saying, do I carry an oxygen tank? Why do I need an oxygen tank? Don't forget to smash the like button. Yeah, listen to Elvis. Smash the like buttons. Stop with the oxygen tank. I don't need oxygen tank. I'll tell you what I do for oxygen. I take hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide in my everything I drink. I mostly drink water. I add hydrogen peroxide. And hydrogen peroxide, food grade, you put in about 10 drops per liter, and that actually oxygenates you. So I don't have a problem with oxygen. I don't know why everybody. Okay, what? It looks like woof. Woof dog me now. I plan to come out in 2035. Any hassle coming down the line that I should keep an eye on? With what? There's no hassles here. It's pretty hassle free. Thank you, Greg, for the happy birthday. Hey, Bob. I know Bob. He has the same. What do they call these things with the hand in the blue thing? Those are oh hell. Now see my age is now getting to me. Can't remember. Happy birthday, Goldfinger. All the best. Thanks, Daniel. So I also take methylene blue. I don't know if anybody's familiar with methylene blue. It's a new thing out. I take methylene blue in my water and hydrogen peroxide. I take COQ10. Been doing it for years. Used to have bad asthma, and COQ10 stopped that like 25 years ago. I think a lot of the guys pursue girls in their 20s who basically don't work and don't go to school. I think many like it that they become that because they want someone to supervise so they want a subservient. You know, guys will be guys, okay? I think when you're in your 60s and you can pull around with a 20-year-old and they're just thinking with their small brain and not their big brain, that gets old. It just gets old. I mean, you want to do that, that's fine. It gets old. I'm not, you're not going to be able to keep up with a 20-year-old when you're in your 60s. It's just not going to happen. They're going to want to go out and party. They want to drink. There's clubs and stuff. I don't want to stay out till 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning and then come back drunk as a skunk. And I've known guys that do it, but they don't do it for long. They either get hurt, or they get used, or they get, or worse, they get the C. I have a friend who got the CANCER because all he wanted to do was smoke, drink, and party. So he did it for about a year. Boom, he died. I don't see it. Not my thing. It's not me. I don't really drink too much. I'll have a beer once in a while. I did drink some alcohol the other day. Went to Taverna, and they were giving us coconut shots, coconut liqueur shots. The owner there, Ralph, and I like Taverna restaurant, and he tends to buy people drinks, and so I had 2 or 3, but they had karaoke, and I figured, okay, I've never done karaoke, and I was pretty. I don't know how I sounded, but it took away the inhibitions to go ahead and sing. I sang when I've never done karaoke, so two or three of the liqueurs took away all inhibitions. So uh, I sang my heart out on the rock and roll songs. I like rock and roll. I miss rock and roll. Must be a commercial because nobody's coming through. I don't know how to stop commercials on lives. There's some way on here that you can ask them to not do commercials, but I don't know how, guys. Uh, Bingo, happy birthday. Um, he started to say "hope you" and then he hit enter. Anyway, uh, hope you enjoyed your day. Got it. Yeah, that's me too. I hit I hit enter to go to the next line, and then I realized enter is boom. It posts. So gotcha. I knew what it was. But thanks, Bingo. So you notice the background I have here, this on the green screen. This background here. Anybody know where that's from? I had a picture like that. I had an artist rendering of that when I was back in Las Vegas. That's a famous caves. But you guys, I don't know if you recognize it. There's a lot of pictures like that. That's very cool. In fact, if I took myself out of the picture, you might be able to recognize it better. But yeah, that's those are from the USA caves. I think Nevada. It's either Arizona or Nevada. Maybe somebody knows. But they are. There was a artist. I'll think of his name in a minute. There was an artist that did those, and he did photographic work, and he sold artwork in Hawaii and Las Vegas. And I had bought one of those pictures and put it on my wall in Las Vegas. So anyway, now I'm gonna have to figure out what the artwork's called, and I can't think of it, but it'll come to me eventually. So, like I was telling everybody, I'm gonna repeat myself. So for some of you, sound's gonna be better because I'm getting the Rode Podcaster Pro 2, and it's a sound interface, so I could connect better quality microphones into it and stop any kind of distortion or echo. So that's coming from Amazon, and it'll be here on the 18th. I'll have it up and running by the 20th or 21st. And that's the last thing I need to do with my studio other than to upgrade my microphones. I did go with an upgraded microphones, but the microphones I'm getting are $77 a piece versus the really major professional ones, which will run about $500 a piece. So eventually I'll probably get Shure 7Bs or Rode microphones from Amazon maybe next month, as it can be afforded, because it gets pretty expensive for all this electronic equipment. And it just keeps getting better here. I kind of like it. So hopefully you're enjoying it too. Don't forget to hit like button, guys. So tomorrow I'm getting my hair colored. That's going to be my birthday gift also. I need to get it cut. It's a little too long. I need to get colored highlights. I'm not ashamed. I do color my hair. Otherwise, it'd probably be gray. Luckily, I still have my hair. It's my hair. So that's the good thing. I still have hair. Wolf dog meow. Wow, that's an interesting one. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. Do I get a free bike rental? Yes, Antelope Canyon. Okay, now what's the name of the artist that did the pictures? And he was famous in Vegas and Hawaii. And I can't think of his name. Who took these pictures and put them up and sold them? He sold signed copies of them. There's the big one there. What's the name of the artist that did the Antelope Canyon? He does scenes. He does unusual scenes from Grand Canyon, and he's very well known, but I can't think of his name. I don't think it's Pat, but I can't remember his name. It's like short first name, and I can't think of it. I don't know. Maybe somebody will come up with it. I can't think of it. Anyway, I had his artwork. I had many of his artwork when I was in Las Vegas, and a book of all of his artwork. He has art galleries in some of the big hotels Vegas. I don't know if he's still there or not because I haven't been in Vegas in years. Vegas is growing. Vegas is huge now. I've seen some videos of Vegas, and oh my God. I mean, they have the football stadium and they have the other dome things they're doing. Peter Lick. Oh my God. You get bing, bing, bing. Yeah, you get a week's free. Peter Lick, do I get a free helmet? You get a free helmet with that riddle. Uh I need the background first thing. I noticed the background first thing. It's like uh being Lux Luthor sitting in a cave in the middle of the earth. I'm hiding a person behind me. There's actually a person behind me, but they're lower down in the cave. This is a huge cave. I mean, it goes up 100 feet more or more. There's just a little person way down that I'm hiding. Uh, that was in this picture. But yeah, Peter Lick. Um, I had a lot of Peter Lick's #1 uh, artist copies. Uh, I spent a lot of money with him back in the 90s, I think. 90s and maybe early 2000s. But yeah, I had all of his stuff. Yeah, it's all gone now. Went here, went there. Times move on. I miss some of the things. I have to leave in January next year. Will be my 3 years, and so I'm trying to decide. I'm going to be booking this coming. Oh, in about a week, I'll be booking a trip for January because it's cheaper to book months in advance. Everything goes up. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go back to Las Vegas and see a son of mine, and back to Las Vegas, and then or I'm going to go to Vietnam. Now Vietnam's a lot cheaper. I'll be honest. Vietnam's a lot cheaper than going back to the USA, and a lot shorter trip too. It's 5 to 7 hours, 7 hour trip, versus 25 hour trip. So I don't know. It's a fraction of the cost. Never been to Vietnam. Kind of like to see it. But if I go, I'll be going by myself. And if I go to Las Vegas, I know Las Vegas really well. It's changed. It's grown a lot. But I know a lot of my favorite hangouts, So I'm still trying to make a decision. Which one should I book for? And now the problem with Vietnam is because I have one name on a passport, you have to be invited there and get a visa by mail. So I might try and get their file for their visa and see if they'll approve one name to come in. A lot of times they won't. They're weird about it, having one name on a passport or driver's license. I had a little bit of trouble in Mexico. I had no problems in Thailand, but I had a little bit of trouble in Mexico. But I think when they see the passport, it's been stamped by several countries, I won't have as much problems. My son doesn't travel, Roland. He's autistic, and he doesn't leave the house too much. He knows the bus plans, but he's definitely stays in surrounding areas. He doesn't want to get lost. So my son wouldn't travel to another country. He doesn't do well when he travels outside of Vegas, so that's not going to happen. Boney told me the schools are in need of things like paint, as everyone donates time to prep schools for opening of classes and always need printers, printer ink, bond paper, and office supplies. That's so boring, though. I want to do something different. How about fans? Fans in the classrooms, FANS fans, or everybody does paper, paint. It's just boring. I don't know. I know they need it, but it's kind of boring. Printer ink. The last school I did buy them cartridges for their printer. In Canada, I bought them. I bought them the printer too. I bought them a inkjet laser printer. Actually, it was a laser printer with cartridges I bought for them. There's no choice, Goldfinger. Vegas, hands down. Vietnam is one of the blandest countries on earth. I don't know. I've never been there. I mean, I was thinking of Ho Chi Minh City, and I know they have a lot of history in places like Buddhist temples and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. Or go to where there's nice beaches. Of course they have nice beaches here, and I don't go. But I'm not a real beach bum. I like Bohol. Bohol has nice beaches, but I don't know. And Vietnam is a great change, says Mike. Yeah, it's true. Vietnam would be cool. Now they don't speak any English there, but the food's really good and healthy. What's the name of that soup that they serve in Vietnam? It's a strange name, but it's really good. I heard it's really good if you go to Vietnam and get that soup. Um, so it starts with the letter B. I don't know how to pronounce it, but interesting. They even use chopsticks. If they use chopsticks there, I have no idea if they use chopsticks. That's China. But who knows? I don't know. Vietnam might be interesting. Maybe I'll have somebody by then that knows that'll be watching me on YouTube, and they can invite me over there and they can take me around a little bit in Vietnam. Uh, Nice Navajo land backdrop. Yeah. The place is amazing in person. You need the Navajo to bring you through the canyon. Costs about $30. So it's on Indian property. Yeah, I'm surprised they let people walk through, because you get enough people to walk through, and I don't know, somebody will come in there and they'll tag it or spray it. They'll just ruin it for everybody. It's very unusual. Those canyons in there, beautiful, really beautiful, especially when the sun hits it at the right place. But yeah, for 80 bucks, not cheap. $80. Oh, if I'm reading that right, that is small type. There's another problem with being 69. Can't see anything. You can't make the type larger on YouTube. I don't know why they don't do that. Even up here, if I go up here and click, what does it tell me? Can I make the type larger? Timestamps, reactions, pop out chat. I don't wonder what pop out chat is. Send feedback. Community moderation. I have no idea what community moderation is. They have too many buttons on these things to know what they all are. There's too many menus on everything these days. So I don't know. I don't wonder what pop out chat is. I'm afraid if I hit it, I won't be able to put it back. Oh well, we're gonna check it out. Here's pop out chat. What does pop out chat mean? Well, block my picture. Okay, it made it somewhat bigger. Now, can I move it? See if I can move it. Move it around. It took it away from there. Let's put it back. It didn't make it any bigger though. Let's see. Community moderation. Well, now I can't put it back, so now I'm screwed. Let's see. Wait, can I put it back by this way? Let's see. Minimize it. Oh God, now I lost it. What did I do with pop out chat? I lost the chat. Wait a minute. Let's see. Where is the pop out chat? I'm screwed, guys. Okay, wait a minute. I put it someplace. Let's see where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I screwed up. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I exit out. Will it put it back? Ah, it did. Let's go back. Okay, I'm back. Well, let's not do pop out chat. Okay. Can of beans, Goldfinger. Nice. Okay, you told me. I already read that one. Another one, can of beans. What do you want? What do you do when the power goes out in the middle of night while sleeping? Can you still sleep through the heat? No, you really can't. I have a backup, a little backup let's see, it's the lithium battery backup generator, and I put on a fan. Usually it's only out for 30 minutes or less, sometimes 10 minutes, and I'll just put a fan on. But it gets hot. You have to, if it's going to be more than 30 minutes or an hour, you have to open up doors and windows. It does cool down at night here, so if you get a breeze, it's not so bad. But no, I don't sleep. I can't sleep. You can't. Backup generator is really necessary. To be honest with you, hotels have them. Better hotels have backup generators. I'm planning on getting a backup generator, but there's so many things on the list. It's not the main thing on my list. Okay. Control plus. Are you sure? Okay, control plus. If he's wrong, I'm screwed. Control plus. There's two different pluses on here. I see a. Oh, that didn't work. Control. Oh, let's see. Uh, awesome, dude. Awesome. Thank you very much. Roger, I owe you. I never would have thought this on my own. Jack says the noodle soup is faux, and yes, they use chopsticks. Thanks, Jack. I'm pretty ignorant. Okay. I hate to say it. Okay, yeah, I know it's I remember the name pho, and it's supposed to be really good in Vietnam. Jack's here in the Philippines. Jack's traveled, and Jack speaks multiple languages, by the way, and he spent a lot of time in Vietnam. All I had to do was ask you, Jack. You know everything about what I got to do. I just wonder if they're going to let me in with one name like Goldfinger on my passport, because I know you have. It's a communist country. You have to be invited in. You have to fill out a form, an application first before you can go. I don't know if you have to have tickets first, but I think you have to give them a time frame when you're going to go. And Jack would know all this stuff because he's traveled a lot and he spent a lot of time in Vietnam. Um, Jason says, first time I went to the Philippines, they called me Joe Filipino. Thanks, everyone's name is Joe. There was a Joe Filipino here, and that's what my wife told me. I visit Philippines, coming back home to the Philippines, 16th. I can't wait. Oh, okay. There is a Joe Filipino here that comes on from time to time and talks to me. I don't know if that's you or not. Um, Roger, I don't know what YVW is. I don't know what that means. So, Rogers. Can of beans. You're getting good at these Goldfinger. It's nice you're doing these lives. Keep up the good work, my friend. Go to jump on the Hollywood 101 freeway. Hell, yeah, I remember the Hollywood. I remember the 101 freeway, Ventura Freeway. Actually, I lived in Canoga Park, California. I remember when they first built that. How's that? I remember it was 2 lanes. That's how old I am. When they first built it, it was literally 2 lanes each way, and there was nobody on it. My dad took me on it. I was not driving. My dad took me on it, and I'm only like, what do they need this for? There's nobody on it. It's like, and now it's a zoo. Oh God, now Canoga Park, West Hills. West Hills wasn't there. West Hills was called Canoga Park back in the day. Oh God, I'm dating myself. You're very welcome. Oh, thank you. See, I'm not up with the times. I need I need something that tells me all these different what do they call them? These short things like laugh out loud and things like that. Uh but yeah, Rogers helped me here. He taught me how to make the fonts bigger so I can actually read it. I'm not going to trying to read these things. It's so small. Yeah, that helped a lot. Thank you. Anyway, that probably helped Paul. I have to show Paul that one when he comes on Wednesday. I'm going to make it bigger because he can't read them either. I'm getting to that age, I'll tell you. So hit the like button, guys. And I don't have any new members. I got to get some new members. I lost some members. Mostly I'm losing members because of the sound. I think the sound, not on the lives, but when I have someone here and I record them and I have 2 mics going, I'm getting this audio feedback stuff going on, an echo, and everybody gets annoyed with it, and I feel bad. So we're gonna get that fixed, guys. I swear I'm gonna get that fixed. I'm determined to find the solution for it, and just imagine three or months to 6 months from now. I'll finally get the studio actually up and going properly. I'm looking forward to that. Plus, there's all kinds of special effects on this Rodecaster Pro. You can have laughing and violins and other music and a whole bunch of different sound effects. So it's going to be fun at the same time. I don't have to have the chicken. It has a chicken. I can press a button. You hear the chicken. Happy birthday from Kenna Beans. Thank you. I'm staying gold. Bonnie said it would be great if we could get a group of volunteers help painting the classrooms, as teachers, parents, and administrators do it as not enough help, so it would be a great help. I never thought about painting. I could afford to buy paint, and I don't mind painting. I could probably find guys. There's a lot of guys here, really good guys that are real expats, and they put in the time. They'll put in the effort. Danny Dubois is one who's helped schools in the area, and there's a lot of guys. Jack, there's a lot of people that come out when you ask them to for beach cleanups. I finally gave all my little pinchers, so you don't have to break your back bending down and picking up trash. I had 100 uh, 3 foot long, pinchers that I donated to Justin Carmack. So I guess he's going to start doing a beach cleanup again. Though he's got a big project right now because he's building a whole new dive center. But eventually, so hit the like button, everyone. Yep, thank you, Vanderbilt. Hit the like button, and you guys have any questions about the Philippines? I'd love to answer them. Or an ebook if you need an ebook. I think most of you have an ebook by now if you're on the live. Happy birthday from Ireland. Wow. Enjoy your night. Thank you, Bob. I'm kind of leaning towards Vietnam to go there. I have to leave in January. That's my 3 years. You have to leave for at least 24 hours. I'm not going to go to a Vietnam for just go to the airport and turn around and come back. That's very boring. If I go to Vietnam, I want to see at least one of the cities in Vietnam. And Ho Chi Minh has a big airport, so I could fly directly in there. Excuse me. So I'm looking forward. I've been to the U.S. I came from the U.S. I don't really want to go back. Love my son, but I zoomed. He called me today to wish me a happy birthday, and I talked with him and his roommate for a while, about a half an hour to 40 minutes. They're doing fine. I think Vietnam would be cool. Will I podcast? No. I don't think I'll tape anything. Maybe put a collage together of some photos. But I don't plan on. I'm just not a YouTuber that YouTubes. I don't typically go out and do lives outside of a studio. It's just not my thing. I like to control the sound, the lighting, things like that. But I might take pictures and do a collage. That would be kind of cool. Ansel Adams is a very well-known photographer back in the day. He spent a lot of time in Prescott, Arizona, as I remember. And I missed out on something on Ansel. I'll never forget. You know how the fish that got away? A guy I met 30, 40 years ago befriended me and invited me to stay at his home. And he told me he had all these drawings, hand drawings. It wasn't photographs. It were hand drawings that Ansel Adams did, which was using a pencil on boards. This is before he got into photography. All signed. And he wanted to sell them. And I didn't know who Ansel Adams was at the time. And Ansel Adams, I'm sorry. So I didn't know who it was at the time. And I said to him, I don't know anything about it. And I kind of wasn't really that interested. I'm sure they're worth some money today. But there's lots of fish that get away. So I think he only wanted $5 a piece for them. He had a slew of them. I guess the guy had stayed with him for a while and was doing drawings. Anyway, but he was way before the guy that did this video here. So anyway, I'm did the antelope caves there in Arizona. Hey, from Chicago, it's cold out here. Still cold, huh? There's no good Mexican food here. No, not too much, Abner. Mexican food here is wannabe Mexican. It's not very good. It's usually they add sweet to everything. I ordered quesadillas and they were sweet. Tasted terrible. I don't like sweet. Everything's sweet. It wasn't a dessert either. It was supposed to be chicken quesadilla, and they put something sweet inside. It was like sweet chicken quesadillas with cheese. Tasted wrong. I don't know. I can't find any good Mexican food restaurants here. Now, maybe a couple people have tried some, but I've been to a few, and they're usually not very Mexican. In fact, I was at Moon Cafe today, and they sell Mexican food, and I've learned a long time ago, don't order Mexican food at Moon Cafe. Not very good. Anyway, there are good Italian. There's a new place that opened up at the mall that sells sushi. It's pretty high priced. Not a lot of people go there because it's pretty expensive, but it looks like a high end Japanese restaurant. They have a lot of true Japanese dishes that they serve there, which was really beautiful, but it wasn't cheap. You'd have to go for a special occasion like anniversary or birthday. But the person I was with, not the person I was going out with, that I treated to lunch, wasn't into sushi. He doesn't like it. Uh, okay, you can stop by and chat with me. Sure. Hit me up and I'll give you directions, or you can look up Easy Rider Rentals. Just let me know when you're coming. Is June 9th to June 13th. Is it the nationwide program to prepare schools for a new year? Oh, I didn't know that. Nationwide, June 9th to 13th. Okay, well, I'll be around. I've got a lot of people coming in on the 10th and 11th. It's really weird. Everybody wanted bikes, and everybody's coming on the 7th, 8th, 10th, and 11th. That prepaid for bikes and stuff. So I'll be busy during that week. I'll be home. Not a problem. Just hit me up. You could reach me. Either you could find me on Easy Rider Rentals on Facebook or on Google Maps, and it has a phone number how to reach me. Or you can, if you have the ebook, you can get my email address. But I can type them in here too. Anyway, so yeah, I'll look into doing something with the schools. I haven't done anything right now. I just got burnt out from people, being upset with things that I do. It's like I'm only trying to help, and then it comes back to bite you, and it kind of gets annoying. So you get all kinds of people. They say stupid things. So what are you gonna do? It is what it is. I keep helping. I'll still help schools. It's just that I just have to get more volunteers. It's hard to get volunteers, especially right now. It's super hot here. Not the best of weather. No good deed goes unpunished. That's the truth, Roland. How hard is it to get Dumagetti for a first timer? Is a ferry needed? How long from Manila? Well, there's buses from Manila, or you could take ferries. So either one. There's ferries that come here from Manila, and there's also buses. Buses are kind of a long ride, and they make stops. So it's an all-day event. Ferries aren't much faster, but they don't make stops. So I think a ferry. Well, I'll be guessing 5 or 6 hours on a ferry, and about 10 hours by bus. So that's my guess, but you could check. You'll have to check on that. Yeah, you get a bus from Manila. The bus will get here, but it goes on a ferry as well to cross over from one island to another. But yeah, they have buses that come here all the way from Manila. And then, or you could just take a ferry and go direct. But yeah, they come here all the time. Sierras, I believe, is the bus line. CERES is what it's called. So, I don't know. You live in Manila. I don't think I'd like living in Manila. It's too crowded. It's like being in Los Angeles. It's just too many people. It's dirty. There's good and bad areas. I don't think I'm not interested in Manila at all. I've never visited Manila. I've been to Cebu, and Cebu was pretty busy. Hard thing is to find good doctors, says Paul. Dentists or lawyers, as it seems like a hit and miss, as I just ask others. And when 2 or 3 guys recommend the same person as something that's not in the ebook. The problem is I was recommending a dentist here who everybody recommended, and then I don't know if she just got older or what, but now every time they go there, she's not in. They always say she's out of town, she's on vacation. It's warm in here. Let me turn this air lower. So I stopped and then I had another dentist. I had a bad story with the dentist. Dentist was telling everybody that their Filipina had multiple cavities. I can't say who she was, but they were saying, she'd have 6 cavities or 8 cavities or 10 cavities. And what happened is a couple guys got together and said, they said the same thing to them. I don't know. But it was too quick when she said it because they never showed X-rays. And so a few guys got together, and so one went to another dentist after one of the one of the Filipina said she had like a lot of cavities, I think 6, and he went across the street to another dentist. And the other dentist said there's no cavities at all. So I don't want to recommend. It's you got to watch out because there are a couple bad ones here, really bad. But I can't say any names, but I do know for a fact. Um, anyway, what was the blood work you had done, David? Missing Goldfinger hour and a half. uh, where are you, David? I don't really know if are you in the Philippines or are you back in the States? But what was wrong with blood work? Anyway, hopefully you're okay. Ferry from Manila to Cebu is about 20 hours. Really? Holy moly, that's too long. And you're still far away. Cebu's still far away. Uh, the white tax, yeah. That's the problem. Is this dentist was ripping everybody off. I don't know what to tell you. I know who it is. I know where she is. I can't say anything here. You can't badmouth Filipinas. Get in trouble here. You're a guest here. You can't do it. Thank you, Hans, for the happy birthday. But if someone asked me directly, I would tell them don't go to a particular place. That's to help them out because unfortunately, Carolyn, my fiance, went there and I paid for enormous amount of cavities, and I realized later that I was taken because she never had any X-rays done. She didn't have enough time to do X-rays. Oh, you're in Alberta, okay, Edmonton. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Is it still cold there? Pacific time. Good. Oh, you're up early. Shit. Let's see. It's a 3-hour difference or 4-hour difference from the East Coast. I think it's about at least a 3. 7:46. Yeah. So. Oh, that's only 2-hour difference. That's not too bad. Oh, but it's Monday, June 1st. You sure? We should be Monday, June 2nd, but okay. Thank you for putting Kevin Tucker on again with the options. Yeah, if you people had questions for him, if you email me or if you send messages even after the video is up about his trading, he'll answer them. He's traveling right now. He left today to go back to the USA to visit family. Ooh, 19 centigrade. That's cold. 14 hours ahead of me. Oh, really? All right, cool. That's awesome. It's a long time. But that's not Pacific time, I don't think. Well, I don't know. He said Pacific time, but Pacific time should be June 2nd, and it should be June 2nd, I would think. Let's see. If I'm June 2nd today, tonight it should be June 2nd after midnight. Is it June 2nd? Maybe it's after midnight. I don't know. I lose track. I can't. It gets me confused. I think the U.S. should get off the time zone change too. You know, they have the hour forward and hour back. Nobody else. They don't do that here. They don't spring forward or fall back an hour. Definitely should change that. But time zones confuse me. Yeah, it's June 2nd. That's what it sounded like. It should be because I think it's June 2nd Pacific time in Las Vegas because Las Vegas is Pacific time. So is California. Yeah, and it's my birthday, June 2nd. You lost a day. Yeah, well, when you're retired, you lose many days. Sometimes I wake up and I go, I have no idea what day it is. I have no idea the date. It doesn't really matter. One day is the same as the next. So it's kind of strange when you really don't. I don't wear a watch anymore. You know, everybody used to wear a watch and have the day, sometimes the month of the day. Yeah, well, nobody wears watches anymore. One-on-one with Kevin. Well, when you get here, you can. He'll be back. I think he said he's coming back the 16th of June. Yeah, West Coast is 6:48. East is 9:40. So a 3-hour difference. Yeah, that makes about right. It's a little early for the Pacific time, but not when you get up. I get up early. I try to get up at 4 or 4:30, so I go walking at 5. It's too hot by 7. Yeah, 42nd birthday. I wish. Cebu now has a coupe. It must be a couple of ferries to Duma, 2,000 pesos. Ocean Jet, which is faster. Uh, and Sierra's bus is cheap. Yeah, 380 to 500 pesos is pretty cheap. So it's both about 4 to 5 hours. As coming from Manila, might as well fly. Yeah, and you can fly. Um, well, you can't fly for even 2,000 pesos. I think it's 50, $60. I could be wrong. I think it's 50, $60 one way. 2,000 pesos is $34. Ocean Jet. I'd do the Ocean Jet. The bus, I don't think so. The bus would take too long. But it's cheap. You're up between 4 and 5 too. Yeah, I get up pretty early. Go walking on the boulevard with friends. Go have some coffee. But most people don't get to the coffee shop till about 10, so I don't wait around till 10. And then I hit the stores start opening around 9 a.m. So if I have to go to the pharmacy or go to the market to buy groceries, stuff like that, I'll do that at 9, and then head back home, have some breakfast, check online what's going on, answer a bunch of emails and texts, and then I'm back to sleep for a nap. You should do a survey to see how many of us Geminis are subscribed to your channel. Wow. What's the difference? Who cares? Gemini, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. Geminis pick up on Geminis. We get along fine. Also, Geminis get along very well with Aquarius, as I remember. Gemini's Aquarius. In fact, but that's just, who knows if that's real true or not. That's just Chinese stuff. So who knows, Well, I was born under the sign of a monkey. Volume's low. Well, I had volume. Somebody said it's fine, so it might be on your end. Turn up your amplifier. Turn your sound level up. But hello, Van. Anyway, so I've been on. I'm not gonna stay real long. Love the Philippines. The only problem is you have the heat is there. Yeah. Not a lover of heat. Not a liver either. I went to Vegas in July. Oh yeah, not good. Yeah, I don't like heat either. It's all the way up. Well, I'm sorry, but everybody else seems to be okay with it, Van. So I don't love heat either yet. I grew up in California, Los Angeles, which wasn't that bad actually. But Las Vegas gets pretty damn hot in July and August. It's pretty miserable. You don't walk out July and August. I've been out where my tennis shoes will melt on the concrete. You're sticking to the concrete and your shoes are melting. So the soles of your rubber tennis shoes. It gets pretty hot. I've had 120 plus degrees. The hottest ever in Vegas that I lived there was 128 Fahrenheit. That's pretty damn hot, and you couldn't get into a car, you couldn't touch the door handles. Yeah, desert heat's tough. Eric says, also inspired by your Kevin Tucker. It's a Tucker video. Have you ever considered doing a series of videos on your channel along the lines of Goldfinger Money Minute? How to finance your Philippine retirement? I don't know. Put towels over the steering wheel. Well, you couldn't even open you can't sit down in the seats. It's so hot. I mean, you literally have to let the car air out for a while. And then you're sitting there in the sun. If you touch anything metal, it's going to burn you in Vegas during August. You got to park in the shade. It's pretty hot. You don't want a black car. Retiring to Kentucky, yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, it's crazy hot. I remember walking across from the Stardust back in the day when there was a Stardust to my car, which was in full sun, and I'm running because my feet are starting to burn through the soles of my tennis shoes, and they're melting. I'm leaving white tracks. When I got to my car, I didn't have anything to open that door handle with, and it was so hot. I touched it, I burned my fingers, and I said, "Oh, hell with this," and I ran back, and my feet were burning. I mean, it was actually hurting me. I was cooking my toes and bottoms of my soles until I got into the shade, and I had to jump out. I literally had to tear my tennis shoes off. It was so hot. It was burning me. So it gets pretty damn hot. Okay, well, I'm sorry you can't watch. Can't hear me, but I don't think anybody else is having those problems, so I don't know what to tell you, Van. Anyway. We're just about done anyway. I'm going to probably quit in 5 minutes and just leave this at quit at 10 p.m. my time. Came on at 8:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. So hour and a half is pretty good. It's buffering a little bit anyway, I notice. The other problem we have here is bandwidth. Not sure how to solve that 100%. The internet here is iffy. Power's iffy, internet's iffy. So, good news for Canadians, citizens, retirees. United States is try pass a legislation. The Canadian is now stay snowbirds for 8 months a year. Okay, well, I don't think Canada's too happy with the U.S. right now. You know, the U.S. has been very aggressive on their tariffs and stuff. So I'm not saying anything negative about Trump, but he's not making a whole lot of friends. Sound is good. Thanks, Roland. I mean, I don't want to get into politics. People get pissed off about politics. On the overall, I'd rather have Trump than Biden. I mean, you know, Trump's getting stuff done, but thank you, Don. But he's aggressive. Not everybody likes aggressive changes. In fact, when you get older, you don't like changes at all. A lot of the changes he's making is good for the country and long term, but what happens at the end of his term? You know, it's just going to go. They're going to reverse everything he does, and not everybody's happy with all the changes. And I have to agree. There's a lot of changes. There's changes for us out here too, because he's making it so that if you don't have your Social Security check put into a bank in the U.S., you have to requalify every year. That's affecting people here that had their Social Security sent to the banks in Philippines. It affects everybody all over the world, all the retirees that live in all other countries. So now they have a problem because they have to go back to the U.S., open a bank account, and transfer their Social Security to that bank. Not easily done over the phone, if not impossible. If you ever try to reach Social Security, try doing it from another country. It's impossible, damn near impossible. They put you on hold for hours, and it costs money. So, and it's difficult. It's just very difficult. So on some things, I understand why he's doing it. He wants to make sure that people are alive and really getting their money, you know, who deserve to get their money. But at the same time, he's making it very difficult for millions of people who retired and left the country and don't have their checks deposited in a U.S. bank account. So I don't know. I know a couple people have already had to go back home because they have to requalify, and so they're going to open up a bank account in the U.S. because they didn't have one. They didn't have a U.S. phone. I don't have a U.S. phone number, so it's a problem sometimes. Cooling gear, where you have a hat, shirt, towel, you can get wet and wring out, and it helps keep you cool for an hour or so. Gio has it on his list of supplies. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, he puts it in his online store, no doubt. Yeah, they sell that stuff on Amazon. Tariffs are good, just can't use them as a weapon. Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with tariffs, but yeah, when you weaponize it, that's another thing. Texas Trucker. Hello from Washington. Hi, Texas Tucker. Yeah, you can go to the embassy and solve a lot of problems, but then you're I suppose that's easier than going to the U.S., but the embassy is in Manila, and Manila sucks. That's all I can tell you. I'm sorry. I don't like big cities. They sell these headphones like portable AC units, and always keep yourself hydrated here, as water is 10 to 20 pesos. Yeah, for a bottle of water. Drinking water is important. That's for sure. I don't know about the headphones that are portable. I guess you get that from Lazada or something. Mike says tariffs are just another tax paid by the consumer. Well, you know, there's a lot of things. I mean, 100+ years ago, there was no such thing as income tax. There was no Social Security. Do you use JRC Visa services, New Spaghetti? I did when I first got here, big time. It just seemed easier, but now I go directly to the BI Bureau of Immigration and take care of things myself. If I was going to do something complicated, I would use JRC. But a lot of people do it themselves. But if I was going to go get an SRRV, or if I was married and get a 13A, I probably would use them or somebody to do it for me. But just for renewing visas, it's a 1-page thing. It's not a real big deal. And they charge an extra 1,000 pesos, which is $17 to do it for you. The nice part about it is you don't wait any lines. Happy birthday from South Carolina. Thank you, FL and. So I don't know if that's Fland or FL and, because it's the way it's spelled. Texas Tucker, happy birthday. Thank you, Texas. Big time adventures. When you lived in Mexico, did you have temporary or permanent visa? Was it easy to get? Mexico, I don't know how it is today. It was 6-month visas. Okay. I had 4 of them every 6 months, and it was very easy because I was retired and older. They gave younger guys who were digital nomads, they gave them a hard time, and sometimes would not give them 6 months. Literally give them 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month if you were younger. Mostly because they're on a tourist visa and they're working, and they want to know where your income's coming from and how do you prove your income. And if you show your income, if they show your income is that you're doing work online, you're not a tourist. Yeah, 40th, I wish. 69, TRT. FYI, I think you can also get the U.S. Consumer Agency in Cebu to open a Charles Schwab bank account. Don't know. I couldn't open a Charles Schwab because I have one name. They wanted at least a first and last name. I don't have one. But before I left the U.S., I tried to get Charles Schwab. And I recommend people getting Charles Schwab because they refund ATM fees. But I don't have ATM fees anymore, but I did for the first 6 months to a year before actually for the first 6 months until I had a BDO. Once you had a BDO Philippine account, you could transfer money directly from a U.S. account to your Philippine bank account using one of the transfer services. There's so many of them, Wise and Remitly and a whole bunch of others. So pretty cheap. Anyway, first initial and first 4 of the last name. So F and Land. Okay, Mr. F Land. So I get to come up with first 4 of the last name. So we'll call it Lander, and we'll say Florence Lander. How's that? Mr. DIY sells them as I bought mine in Amazon. Okay, DIY is out here. It's like a little Harbor Freight store or something like that. And then found them here, and his girlfriend loves them as they've given her kids as Filipinos. Have air and houses. Oh, I know. If you don't have air, you got to die here, man. Unless you're Filipino. I mean, you got to grow up with it. Okay, I'll check out DIY stores here. They have them all over. Paul also says 38 visa here now, 2,160 and 1,000 pesos of express late or your passport back. So I don't know why yours was 2,160. Mine's always 1,830. I think one time it was 1,900. It's really weird how they little different prices, but I've never paid 2,160 for a 2-month visa. The 1,000 pesos is if you're within a week. They call it express. If you go 2 weeks, if you go a week before it's due, a full 5 working days before it's due, they don't charge the express fee. And then if you use JRC, there's another 1,000. So let's just say it's 2,000 pesos for a 2-month visa here, which is $34. They're going to charge you another $17 if you did it within 5 working days of when your visa expires. You can go up to 3. You can go up to 2 weeks, 3 weeks before it expires. And the other thing is, if you use GRC, they'll charge you another $17. So I just go to the BI myself, and I have it on my calendar. It alerts me when I have to go, and it lets me know 3 weeks, then 2 weeks before it's due, so I can get in that week and get it done and save 1,000. Charles Schwab. Oh, USAA also refunds ATM fees. Well, a lot of the oh my God, my brain went dumb again, Don. Credit unions. A lot of the credit unions do that. You have to check with them. Big Time says in Puerto Escondido, is Puerto Escondido bigger than Dumaguete? No. I had to think about it for a moment. It's not as built up, but it's not bigger. I would say the same size. Hi, Gary. I would say the same size, but it's not as it's not economically as the buildings aren't as nice. The infrastructure is not as nice. That's about it, but it's about the same size. Uh, do I feel golden on my 69th? Happy birthday. Thanks, Gary. Gary was the one that's helped me about Vietnam. He might go with me, he mentioned. He lives here uh, uh, on this island, not in Duma, a little bit outside of Duma, but San Jose area, which is a little outside. But he just got back from Vietnam, and he said to me he might go with me in January. Goldfinger, are you stuck on 69? At least that's what she said. I like 69. It's a good number. Do you ever make it to Chapala? Or I went to Hualtuco, yes. And I did go to Chapala, yes. Hualtuco is a really nice. It has infrastructure. It has nice restaurants, nice hotels. Bit pricey. They have hotels there that are several $100 US dollars a night. So, and I stayed at those. But yeah, I did go there big time. I liked Hualtuco. It's much better. Express is if you're late or if you just want your passport back in a day. Well, yeah. They say they'll do it in one day, but if you're late, yeah, you have to pay Express. Navy Federal Credit Union is awesome. Okay, that's good. They probably refund. Mike says Fidelity refunds all TM fees. And there's a couple in Canada too that I've been told about. Navy Federal Credit Union also refunds. Okay, yeah, we got that. So there are certain institutions that will refund the ATM fees. Unfortunately, with Charles Schwab, if they find out you're living here, and you've been gone for a while, and they see a lot of fees, or they find out that you're living here full time, they'll cancel your account. Which is another problem too, by the way. If you guys come out here and you're spending time out here, and I'm talking about more than a year, never tell your bank you moved here. Tell them you're visiting. A bank can close your account for any reason they want. They don't have to have your account. And if you're living in another country, because ever since 9/11, they're worried about money laundering and other BS that they come up with, they'll close your account if you tell them that. Some of them will. If you say, I'm not living in the U.S. anymore, they'll just say, oh, really? And then they flag you, and you'll get a notice that your account will be closed in 21 days. I got $50 back from my trip there. Cool. Turi says, I've never found one in Canada. Anyone? No. I know there are places in Canada that will refund money. I don't know if you have a Wells. It might have been a Wells Fargo or something like that. There was one. Was it Fidelity or Wells Fargo? Something with an F. But anybody know in Canada who refunds ATM fees if you come over here? I know there are a couple. And again, check with credit unions. Credit unions do that a lot in the States. I don't know how they are in Canada, but I'm sure they're similar. But you only need to use an ATM for a short time. You can get a bank account here and have funds transferred to it. I say within 6 months. They say you have to be here 3 months, but you don't get your ACR card, which is what is required, until about the 4th month by the time it comes. And then when you go to the bank, you can get it in 4 months if you're persistent and go after it. So you can get a BDO account here, and you can always close the account before you leave the country. Take your money out. That's the end of it. So if you're gonna spend any length of time, 6 months or more here, you're best to get a bank account here. They don't really charge too much for a savings. They don't charge anything for savings account. So they don't have account fees. Typically, if they did, maybe 2,000 pesos has kept in the account. That's all. But I was able to open a Philippines bank account from Vancouver, Canada. Wow. Took 4 months to get my card. So this is my workaround to fees. Okay. I wonder how you were able to get a bank account, because they require an ACR card. So I don't know how you did that, Suri. Maybe you were here and visited and had an ACR card already. I don't know. Because they do require your passport, visa, and an ACR card, which you can't get until you've been here for 3 months, and it's required. So I have a feeling you've been here before. Sorry, and you may have had you may have had your ACR card, gotten it somehow. All right, guys, it's 10 minutes after 10. I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Again, I'll be on with Paul 9 a.m. Philippine time in the morning on Wednesday, and then I'll post it tomorrow, and then that's 9 p.m. Eastern time for you guys in the U.S. You went to Metro Bank Remittance Center in Vancouver. Just use my passport and my friend's local address in Philippines. I have no ACR. That's weird. Well, I don't know how you got that, because if you're a foreigner, they really want an ACR card, but that's bizarre. But good for you. I'm glad you got it. Gcash is the thing that locals use, and my Visa debit card with them arrived at 7 business. I tried to get Gcash today. I gave up. They wanted too much information. They want to know what I'm using the money for, what I'm buying. They want to know. I don't know. They just wanted too much information, and then they wanted copies of. They wanted pictures, attachments. By they wanted to attach the picture. They wanted me to attach link to photos of my cards. I guess like PDFs. Large population of Philippines in Canada. Maybe that's the way. Or go to a Philippine bank. That might be a way. Philippine bank. They have Philippine banks in Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So, happy birthday! Thanks, big time. Happy birthday again. Thank you. Ones and zeros. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to sign off now. I'll see you with Paul. And just let you know, I had a great birthday. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. I had hundreds of them. It took me a lot of time to answer everybody. So I just started clicking the like button. I really appreciate it. Didn't realize I touched so many people all around the world. And so I'm glad I was able to help if I helped you out at all. I'm not going to sleep right away, but I'm going to sit back and relax and finish my movie. I was watching a movie before I went on, and you're going to ask me what movie it is, and I can't remember the name for the life of me. That's what happens when you get old. But it was a good action movie anyway. Anyway, guys, take care. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you again soon. And this is Goldfinger, the Goldfinger Minute. Take care. Bye.